my mom has shared with me that like in her generation, it was almost like you weren't humble if you spoke really well about yourself, or if you discovered self-love, like that almost was looked down upon. You know, there were sayings like, oh, she's so beautiful because she doesn't know how beautiful she is. Like, what does that even mean? Yeah. Like, oh, she's, you know, like that was looked down upon. And furthermore, that she wasn't told that she was beautiful by her mom. She wasn't hugged, so I think she always told me that she was very intentional about doing that with us. And I think our generation, because we had moms that maybe weren't told that they were loved or didn't recognize their own beauty, they made it a point to instill that in us. So we came out the womb like, oh, I'm fly, I'm popping. My mama tells me that I'm cute every day. You know, I think that I'm grateful that our generation has done that, and hopefully the next generation will discover self-love even more. And that self-love isn't about a selfie.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think that.
Do you like it? Do you not like it?
I do, but I think that I want the right words to come out, but I think that sometimes it's too much. Yeah. You know, there's always a too much. You find, I worked until last October, and the area where I worked, you would see this generation of mothers that instead of speaking and talking to their kids, they're on the phones or taking pictures.
My mom hates the phones.
And I don't hate the phones. I think it's a wonderful thing. But I would like for moms to be able to be more involved in their children and speaking to them and hugging them and instead of always being on these phones constantly. And you see it all the time. I don't know if Miss Jakes would speak
Serita.
to this. Serita. If she feels the same way, it's a good thing, but you have to be careful where this goes, especially as moms.
I think the culture to it sometimes can be that we feel like we have to do these things to keep up. Does that make sense? So it's like, yes, I love myself, but does that require a selfie? Do I have to be involved in this culture of like, you know, always showing what I ate for food, the cute places I'm at, what I'm doing. And I think sometimes that can be misconstrued like as, oh, self-love because I'm constantly documenting myself, where you don't then want it to become that you're pretty much only thinking about yourself and that's the only thing that you care about.
I don't so much care about the selfie and the outer image. I'm more concerned about the image that's coming from the inside. And I feel like a lot of things that the younger people do and the next generation is going to do is, unless we intervene, is teach them about self-worth. And no matter what angle you take your picture from, if what is driving you to feel like you have to have a picture of yourself to show to everybody, when in our generation, it was more about your character.
Exactly.
Because we did not have that, the material things that you all have, and I'm glad that you do, and I thank God for what we do have now. Amen. But that the character is what I see lacking in the selfies. And when they do take selfies, some of them are so raunchy that it actually bespeaks of something that's going on the inside of you, that you would have to expose that much of your outer self, hoping that someone will see past that guise and see inside of you what's really, really going on. And that's the only thing that I don't know where my phones are, and I'm not big on taking selfies, and they drive me to do stuff on social media that just wears me out. But, you know, I feel that we've lost the essence, and Nilda and Serita's generation, our moms instilled character because our clothes were raggedy. They were not name brand. They were often hand-me-downs. I know early in my marriage, I can remember a lady backing up in our driveway and loading out all of her clothes and shoes and everything. And you would have thought that I had won the sweepstakes because we didn't have. And so we've given our children so much materialistically. What have we done with their integrity? Are you a good person?
Yep.
You know, and that's what the selfie doesn't depict.
What do you know about womanhood now that you didn't know then? And how has that shaped how you see yourself, your body, your confidence throughout the years? Both
Serita,
moms.
do you wanna?
Who wants to go first?
Who wants to go first?
I know, right? The list is so long. I think it goes back to the conversation we were having about the selfie. And when I start comparing myself to women that are 65, and I think, well, not bad, or it could be better. And so it's the self-worth. What have I brought to the earth in 65 years? My body's changed, my hair has come out, my teeth wiggle, my butt has a shake and a shimmer that it didn't used to have.
It's been shaking ever since I've been here. I mean, it's been, I don't know. See, this is what happened when you're not beside me. You can't whoop me.
Mute your mic. Yeah, but I mean, and so I had to get used to this new season in my life. And as opposed to preparing to die, I'm preparing to live more abundantly. I got to get it all in real quick, so that I can sit back and relax a little bit more. Of course, this virus has really taken relaxation to another definition altogether. But most of all, in the body changes, I've had multiple surgeries, sometimes 2 in 1 year, one time 2 in 1 day. And so my body has betrayed me a lot of times when I really needed to count on it. And I've learned that it's not my body, it's my spirit that needs to stay strong. Even when I'm bed rest or in a hospital or having to carry around a little baggie so I could wee in it, all of those things do something to your self-esteem. And you don't want your children to see that you've got a bag that they're catching and measuring your urine and things like that. And my kids act like no problem. But the word says that when you're young, you take the kids where you want to go. But when you get old, they take you where they want to take you. And so I depend very strongly on my children from ages 40 to 26. I accept what they say about me. And the man that I love so much, he just thinks I can walk on water. And I said, Lord, keep him blind, Jesus. You know, just keep him blind. But I think that I've learned to grow old with grace. And I'm not saying every day is grace, but more days than not, I feel okay about getting older. It beats the alternative all in the head, actually. And I just had my second corona thingy test, and it was negative. And I mean, that's good, and that's all good. But I still don't want anybody in my house.
Yeah,
same.
You know?
It's true. So true. So true. I know I struggled with it as well. Going back again to the selfies, you go on Instagram and you see women that supposedly are 70 or whatever. I'm 67 right now.
Beautiful.
And thank you, you as well. And you see them, their bodies look so amazing and everything. But 2 years ago, I had an eye opener. And I never told her this, but I'm going to say this is the first time she's going to hear this. But I went to the Emmys with her, the daytime Emmys. And there were women in front of me that I see on television and always thought they had, wow, what amazing bodies, what amazing skin. And lo and behold, that was not the truth
Then you'd be like, Instagram is a lie of the devil.
Okay, you know, those are the images that make you feel insecure when you get to our age, when our bodies are going through changes, when we have night sweats, when we don't know why we're crying, right? And no one understands, and we can't say. We go to the doctor, they go, oh, here's a little pill, whatever. But the thing is that it's up here, and it's not a pill. There's no pill for here except yourself trying to communicate with yourself and speak to yourself, and in the shower and in the mirror, and just saying to yourself, this is going to pass. This is going to pass, you know. And that 2 years ago, like I said, okay, wow, I'm not in such bad shape here. I'm a few pounds, more than a few pounds overweight, but I can work on that. And which is something that I've been doing lately, is meditating and doing some yoga. I'm not all up there yet, but I'm trying for myself.
Yes.
Not because I want to look like the lady on Instagram, but for me, for my well-being, for my daughters, for my children. And I've learned so much from these girls, so much I've learned from them. From nutrition to loving myself, which was very hard to do, especially the latter, loving myself and looking in the mirror and caring for me. So they have taught me so much. I thank God for that. But yeah, we do struggle. We do.
We do.
Well, you guys may be struggling, but I want you to know that you are the standard. That when I think about who I want to be, when I grow up, when I get to your age, that you are the only standard there is for me. Like, I don't care what's on Instagram. Like, you are who I want to become. Like, every single part of your heart and your soul and your body and your face. Like, when I did remember they had that app where you could like age yourself, and I looked just a little bit like my mother. I was like, I'm in good shape. I think where she is, I'm going to be amazing. And I totally mean that.